Did last night 6-2. Game 6 win over Boston, secure a semifinal rematch with the defending champion Lightning. It also guaranteed Josh Bailey and company at least 2 more games at Nassau Coliseum.
Tonight was incredible atmosphere out there. I think we really fed off it. It's a fun place to play and a fun fan base to play for and play in front of, and happy to get a win here in front of them.
Bailey had assists on both of Brock Nelson's second period goals, the first of which broke a 1-1 tie. The Isles would sit with a couple of empty netters in the final minute. So now we wait for the NHL to announce exactly when the next series starts down at Tampa Bay. Mark Renee, 1010 Wins Sports.
News time, 8:11, traffic and transit every 10 minutes on the ones. Here's Karen Stewart.
New Jersey Turnpike commuters northbound due to change 10. We have an overturned tractor trailer on the ramp from 287. We are jammed on the New Jersey Turnpike into that area. It's not anything that's too extreme as far as length, but it is a very heavy delay. We're also very heavy right now if you're taking the Garden State Parkway both ways and trying to get between 145 and 153. It's very, very heavy and very, very aggravating. The northbound Parkway delay up into that area 2 starts all the way back at the 78 interchanges right around exit 142, I believe. And then we've got a southbound accident on the Garden State Parkway down in Cranford. That accident has you jammed from back at the exit for 142, Route 22 as well. So we'll go next over to the Hudson River, unfortunately. Inbound GW Bridges, we check what you need to know about the bridges and tunnels, is an hour about. For the upper, for the lower, it's 45, and it's 30 in at the Holland and Lincoln tunnels. In the Bronx, we still have that eastbound Cross Bronx Expressway, Deegan disabled, that is on its way out right now. The left lane will reopen, so that should happen in the next couple of minutes. Grand Central West packed all the way back into the Kew Gardens interchange to the RFK with an accident there that is blocking 2 lanes. We do have alternate side parking in effect today. A very quick check of mass transit for you. Brooklyn bound D's in both directions of the W's are running with delays. I'm Karen Stewart. Your next report in less than 10 on 1010 Wins.
And now the 1010 Wins AccuWeather 4-day forecast sponsored by Mount Sinai Health Systems. We had some good visibility for the eclipse themed board, but what happened?
Well, the front is coming through as we speak. It has promoted some clouds. It's actually starting to brighten up outside already again, Lee, around the city. There's some clouds moving through, though, with this front that's taking away the humidity. I'm looking most places now, the dew point's down into the upper 50s. Still, as you go south and west of the city in Jersey, it's still low to mid-60s, so it's the front still coming through those areas. Going through the rest of the day, sun and clouds, a nice mix. Warm, but not that not humid. The high getting up to 84. Really comfortable tonight, down into 50s to near 60. Nice couple of days entering into and starting the weekend. Mid to upper 70s both days with some sunshine. Sunday looks warmer and a little stickier, upper 70s to near 80 with a chance of a shower thunderstorm. Better on Sunday than Saturday. 76 on our way back up to a high of 84. I'm AccuWeather meteorologist Dean DeVore on New York's weather station, 1010 Wins.
Mount Sinai South Nassau and Oceanside is the flagship Long Island hospital of the Mount Sinai Health System and proud to be recognized by U.S. News and World Report as a high-performing hospital in multiple specialties, including urology, heart failure, diabetes, and endocrinology, and orthopedics. Mount Sinai South Nassau diagnoses and treats complex medical challenges day in and day out. Visit mountsinai.org/South Nassau for more information.
When it comes to our future, it's up to you, New York, because our future is on the ballot. So make your voice heard by voting early in the city's primary election from June 12th to June 20th, or on Election Day on June 22nd. And with all new ranked choice voting, you have more choices and more say in who wins, because you can now rank your top 5 candidates instead of choosing just one. Visit voting.nyc to meet the candidates, learn more about ranked choice voting, and find your polling place. That's voting.nyc.
It's like I blinked and suddenly all my business shifted to e-commerce. Now, my business hours are whenever my customers need me.
My customers want everything now and faster than ever. It's a whole different world.
Your business is changing. The United States Postal Service is changing with it. We're bringing you fast, reliable shipping nationwide. And we're bringing it right when your customers need it. Let's discover new routes. Visit USPS.com/new routes. The United States Postal Service. Priority, you.
Want the truth on why I wake up looking so darn awesome? I take care of my skin. Not just my face, but more intimate skin. And when you've got incontinence, you sure need to.
Tenna Intimates pads lock liquid in and are now 100% breathable to care for your intimate skin, day or night. Tenna Intimates are now endorsed by the Skin Health Alliance. Visit tennasample.com for your free sample. Kind to skin, protects like Tenna.
Wednesday News Time 8:15. Joining us this morning, Police Commissioner Dermot Shea. Thank you for taking the time to do this morning, Commissioner. We have a number of things we want to run by you. I guess we can start with this story in the Post this morning about a reputed teenage gang member. He had 3 gun busts in 4 months, but then he had his bail reduced by a judge, which allowed him to get out of jail. And he's accused of firing a random shot that killed an innocent father of 2. This is not the first time we've had a story like this recently.
It isn't, and you really can't make that up, Lee. I mean, if you read that story, you think it's not true, but unfortunately, it's tragically true. It's what New Yorkers and the men and women of this department are facing every day. And, you know, my takeaway is clearly this wasn't what was intended with some of the recent laws, but I think it should be, and it must be, the priority for Albany to fix this. The New Yorkers deserve better, and this is a circumstance of, you know, bad policies have consequences. You have innocent people getting hurt.
If you could rewrite the bail reform law yourself, what would you write?
I think the number one thing, Lee, is what we've been asking for. Judges need discretion. Judges need discretion to be able to keep repeat offenders and dangerous people off the streets. We don't want to see people in jail, but unfortunately there is that small percentage that are not responding to all that is offered, and that's the one thing. Remember, the bail reform covers a lot of different issues, including when you do have to set bail, it's the least restrictive, and then you see things like this start to come out.
Let's talk about Washington Square Park. There's a 10 p.m. curfew on weekends now. Saturday night, some trouble there. I think we had 8 officers injured trying to clear out the park. And then we heard that on Sunday night, the curfew wasn't really enforced. What happened there?
Well, the difference was, you know, it's the day-to-day, what the conditions are on the grounds, Lee. You had essentially an outdoor nightclub with a lot of let's say rabble-rousers on that first night. You had Parks Department obviously asking us to go in because anytime they've tried to clear that park out, it's unsafe for them. The second night was a different situation, and commanders on the ground made the decision that, for example, there was no loudspeakers, there was no loud music being played, and it was a situation that, like, we're always looking for balance here.
And you didn't notice any boxing matches going on?
You know, I saw that yesterday for the first time, and I had not heard that before. I'd seen it reported. So clearly, that's something that should be taken part in a venue such as Madison Square Garden and not a public street. So that will be something that will be addressed.
So it appears the department's on track for about 8,000 stop and frisk encounters this year compared to 686,000 in 2001. Which number would you say is closer to correct in the city?
Well, that's a great question, Lee. There is no right number, the correct number, depending on what we're facing on the street, who's deployed, how they're deployed. You know, clearly you want whatever you're doing to do it appropriately and constitutionally and building trust in the community. That's number one. I'd also point to the fact that, as has been reported, you know, we finished with a record year of gun arrests last year. We're up over, I think it's about 25% this year as well. So however we work to get those guns off the street, it's got to be done appropriately. It's got to be done in a way that the cases stick, working with our partners, and then that makes all New Yorkers safe. Again, it's that tiny segment of the population that can ruin a beautiful day on a sunny day at the park with a picnic. And all you need is one knucklehead that pulls out a gun. And that's where our focus is. So it's not about the large numbers. It's about getting good results and doing it the right way. And then that's what we need to help with the laws in the back end.
So speaking of knuckleheads, I was riding my bike in the 83rd precinct on